think it's fair to say this because you had Luna Mothwings on the show the other day. Wonderful,
Oh,
by the way.
lovely. Awesome.
Yeah, and Luna Mothwings was obsessed over Silent Hill F. She really, really wanted to play that, but she played that like in an entire day. She played 18 hours of that game in one huge session, and I can tell you one of the reasons why she did that was to avoid spoilers. I won't mention where I saw this, but I was just watching. I was scrolling through my Instagram feed, and I'm pretty sure I got spoiled on a thing from Requiem, which I will not go in depth about. But when I saw it, it just made me think of like spoiler etiquette, and with video games these days, they're more than just things that we enjoy. It's something that we're also like openly passionate about on the internet, but also content creation has taken over like drastically. Like if you're talking about differences what video games were back then versus now, you can definitely tell that content creation has played a huge role into how games are being presented nowadays. And if you have really cool key moments in a video game, it becomes very attractive to just low-key, like, I'm just going to put this in with my reaction, or I'm going to put this in and let the community decide what they think of it. And then when you see that, you stumble upon it by accident without any like spoiler mention or whatsoever. You could you could have the potential of getting spoiled on these topics, and I just wish that there was a more open discussion about that on the internet, and ways how social media platforms can work around it as well. It's a huge discussion, I think, that needs to be unraveled and thought out more, because it ruins video games for
Yeah.
me. And
I hate those
yeah,
ones
go
where
ahead,
they
please.
put up a post saying major character comes back to the franchise or something like that. It's just so, even if they don't reveal who it is, it's just like, I didn't want to know. That would have been a lovely surprise to know
Yeah,
that something like that was going to happen at some point in the future, and it really ruins it, doesn't it?
Well,
yeah,
we had this
and
conversation about a bit of a weird tangent, but like wrestling. I had a guy that does a lot of wrestling content, and he was saying with wrestling full stop, it's kind of like the whole return, wrestling return argument. Do you advertise the person appearing to get tickets, or do you promote well enough that there's enough people that buy tickets anyway and then get surprised on the night? It's that balance of which way do you go, because games are kind of the same, aren't they? Like you need to show a little bit of the game. Like GTA 6, have we seen too much of that already? I don't know. It's going to sell anyway, so do we need to see more? I don't know. So I do get
I,
where you're
I,
coming from.
Yeah, it's more the media
I
companies afterwards and the YouTubers and Twitch streamers that put the stuff out, really, isn't it?
yeah,
Where,
I
where
saw it more like I saw it more inadvertently. Like I don't think it's necessarily like a video game problem. I think it's more of the nature of content creation that causes it. So it's not so much about trying to sell a game. It's more about like, putting these highly hot topic moments, or these big reaction moments out there for an audience, because that's your bread and butter. That's what's going to make the difference between if you're going to eat soup all day long or if you're going to live comfortably. So I totally get the respect, the hustle in that element, but at the end of the day, we're content creators and we need to come up with clever and creative ideas that are engaging. And I think by posting mild spoilers of video games, I just don't think that's you know it's just like, no, there's no etiquette around it, in my opinion. I think we can do better than that, is what I'm trying to say. So I do think there needs to be discussion held around that, and that has to change, because it makes total sense if you're press or you're lucky enough and you get the game a few days before it comes out. But for us normal people who just want to play the game and they're very busy, because your weekend was, for instance, the weekend of Resident Requiem was on your 30th birthday. So I just couldn't play it. So if I run
Sorry, I was born
yeah.
every weekend.
If we miss out on these things, it's like I said, we're just only human, and I just think that's what's bothering me. That's what bothering me at the moment, because when I saw that, what I think I saw within that mild spoiler, I was like, man, couldn't they have just like put a spoiler tag or something on, or something? Or can maybe Instagram say like, hey, we're about to show you mild spoilers of Requiem, would you like to see this or not? In similar vein to how you have like content warnings, something like that. But yeah, that's like I said, that's a whole discussion in and of itself. So I just think that needs to be chats about it. That's on my mind.
Do you think that's going to get better soon?
No. I think that as long as people don't talk about this, I think that's problem number one. And problem number two is that from a social media platform standpoint, it's all about obviously engaging and scrolling and all that stuff. So if you so for a social media platform to obscure that, so to speak, would only disenfranchise people from platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and all that stuff. So I think as long as no one barks about it, so to speak, I don't think there's going to be a lot of change around it. However, I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this because a lot of people get upset when they get spoiled by something. Yeah, I know plenty of fellow streamers who keep tweeting about it as well, saying like, "Oh, I hope that no one's going to spoil this big game when it comes out because I only just bought it last week." So yeah.
Yeah. It feels like you now need to rush when you get a big game. You need to get it the hour it releases it, finish it, like play it non-stop over a day, just so you're safe to go on the internet again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't savor it, you can't spend time on it. You just need to get through it so you can, not be spoiled. It's just a bit of unfair pressure on you sometimes. Self-inflicted, but still.
I think it's fair to say this because you had Luna Mothwings on the show the other day. Wonderful,
Oh,
by the
lovely.
way.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Luna Mothwings was obsessed over Silent Hill F. She really, really wanted to play that, but she played that like in an entire day. She played 18 hours of that game in one huge session. And I can tell you one of the reasons why she did that was to avoid spoilers. So that is like if she wanted to do that, great, that's cool and all. But I think if Luna had the choice between playing it like within moderate succession, I think she probably would have preferred that. But there's definitely a level of anxiety that comes to play with it, and I feel that too. Because with Requiem, I'm ducking. I am staying away from it as far as I can, but I can't control it when I'm scrolling and I just happen to see something.
And sometimes as well with these with the posts they put up on Instagram, I'm gonna sound like an old man with the Instagram, where they show you like the first few seconds are the spoiler, and then it goes back in time to how they got to that moment. So you can't skip it. You've already seen it. It's not like you see a bit of Resident Evil. Oh, move up, move up. You've already seen the spoiler because it's in like the first 2 seconds or whatever. So yeah, really frustrating. I do actually have an answer now to your question. Now I've been thinking about it a little bit more.